Welcome to The Explainer. I am so thrilled you're here because today we're going on a truly fascinating journey. We're going from the microscopic biology of our cells all the way to the beautiful, lasting legacy you're going to leave behind. We're tackling a subject that literally affects every single one of us every second of every single day: getting older. But we aren't just going to look at the surface here. We are going to completely reframe how you think about aging. Okay, let's dive right in by asking the ultimate question. Why do we age? Is getting older just the result of basic environmental wear and tear? Like the sunlight we absorb or the toxins in our air and diet? Or is there some sort of biological clock buried deep down inside our DNA that simply dictates our expiration date? Well, as it turns out, it's actually a really fascinating complex mix of both. To kind of understand our limits here, we have to look at Jeanne Calment. She was a French woman who lived to be a staggering 122 years and 164 days old. Literally incredible, right? Now, she proves that while extreme age is technically possible, human bodies generally do have a set capacity. So for most of us, that natural biological limit sits right around 90 years. To truly grasp all of this, we've got a great roadmap for today. First, we'll look at the biology behind aging. Second, navigating physical body changes. Third, the perks of getting older. And finally, number 4, the future of longevity. Let's just jump right into part 1.
Section 1. The biology behind aging. The microscopic clock ticking inside us.
You see, our body actually has this built-in defense system. You're made up of trillions of cells that are constantly dividing to keep you alive. And inside those cells, your DNA is tightly packed into chromosomes. Now, every time our cells divide, they have to copy that DNA. But the copying process isn't perfect. It actually skips the very ends of the chromosomes. And that is exactly where telomeres come in. They're essentially meaningless, expendable sequences of DNA that act as protective caps. They keep our essential, life-giving DNA completely safe from damage during that division process. But naturally, here's the catch. As our cells divide up to our biological limit, which in humans is about 50 times, these telomeres get shorter and shorter, and eventually they're just completely stripped away. When that happens, the cell can't safely replicate anymore, and cell division just completely stops. So the really crucial point to understand here is that this mechanism is actually a huge double-edged sword. That point where the cell stops replicating is known as cellular senescence. On one hand, this cellular shutdown totally protects us by preventing the uncontrollable, evasive cell growth we know as cancer. But on the exact same hand, a buildup of these senescent, non-functioning cells is the very thing that drives the physical deterioration and the characteristics of aging. Moving right along to Section 2, navigating physical body changes, what to expect and how to handle it. Now, there's a really vital distinction we need to make for anyone getting older or anyone caring for an aging loved one. There is a very clear difference between standard bodily wear and tear and serious warning signs. For example, it's perfectly normal to forget an acquaintance's name, or for your arteries to harden slightly, which just causes the heart to work a little harder. But forgetting close family members, experiencing shooting chest pain, or limping in severe pain, those are abnormal warning signs. Things like early indicators of Alzheimer's or acute heart issues mean it is absolutely time to consult a doctor immediately. A major part of this physical shift in our mobility is a specific condition called sarcopenia. Basically, this is the age-related loss of muscle mass and strength. And get this, it affects a massive 10% of adults over the age of 50. If we just passively sit back and let it happen, sarcopenia can drastically impact our independence and our overall quality of life. But fortunately, you actually have immense power over this process. We're talking actionable, proven habits here. To fight back against sarcopenia, you can practice resistance training, lifting weights to rebuild that lost muscle, paired with increasing your intake of protein and leucine. For your heart, getting at least 7 hours of sleep and quitting smoking can literally help restore your heart's function. And what about your brain? You gotta keep it buzzing. Socializing, playing a word game like Scrabble, or even taking an art class keeps your neural pathways strong and super resilient. Which brings us to Section 3, the perks of getting older. Why aging is an accumulation, not a loss. Society so often tells us that aging is a descent into the twilight years, like it's just the slow subtraction from our finite time. But that is completely wrong.
Aging is an accumulation. It really is a journey of growth and wisdom. Those silver hairs, they aren't signs of decay. No way. They are badges of honor. They're testaments to a life well lived. Every single mistake you've made has transformed into an invaluable lesson that guides your future steps. As the years pass by, we accumulate what we like to call the treasures of time. Think of it like a sapling weathering storms to become a mighty oak. Decades of saving and investing can finally offer you profound financial stability. You become a master craftsman in your career and your hobbies. We gather this beautifully unique narrative of stories, tangible family heirlooms, and deeply rooted community networks. These aren't just byproducts of time passing, they are massive assets that enrich our daily lives in ways that youth simply cannot match. And the best part is, you can actually take control of this accumulation by empowering yourself. You do this by playing the numbers game, by embracing technology and continuously tracking your personal metrics, whether that's monitoring your blood pressure, tracking your investments, or just setting fitness goals. You can confidently navigate your future. Quantifying your life like this turns aging from a totally passive experience where things just happen to you into an active, empowered adventure where you are fully in the driver's seat. Let's head into our final part, Section 4, the future of longevity, where science is taking us next. Right now, scientists around the world are working tirelessly to unlock the ultimate secrets of longevity. We are literally standing on the frontiers of aging research, looking at miraculous tools like breakthroughs in regenerative medicine and highly personalized health interventions. I mean, in the near future, we could see advanced gene therapies that address epigenetic alterations. We might even see microscopic, cell-repairing nanobots that artificially extend our healthy years by going in and fixing the very DNA lesions and mitochondrial damage we were talking about earlier. It's straight out of sci-fi, but it's happening. We are experiencing a massive shift between two completely different paradigms right now. In the past, we were bound by biological destiny, strict limits defined by DNA lesions, shortening telomeres, and cellular exhaustion. But now, we are stepping into an era of quantum aging. This is both a mindset and a scientific reality characterized by unprecedented human flourishing. It really reminds us that aging is not an ending. It is a vibrant new beginning filled with continuous learning and lifelong purpose. Since every single day is a brand new opportunity to learn, to adapt, and to emerge a little bit wiser, I want to leave you with this final vital thought. As science gives us more time, and as you accumulate the rich treasures and wisdom of a life well lived, what kind of legacy will you leave with your extra years? How are you going to use your accumulated wisdom, your honed craft, and your mighty oak of resources to make your mark on the world? Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer today. And remember, age is truly just a number, and the best is absolutely yet to come.